did U.S. Grant say? What did Ulysses S. Grant say? U.S. Grant said that the right of revolution is inherent. The right of revolution is inherent. It's a natural right. It's embedded in our souls. It's a right bequested to us, man, by God. And by man, I mean humanity. When people are oppressed by the government, it is a natural right they enjoy to relieve themselves of the oppression if they're strong enough, either by withdrawal from it or by overthrowing it and substituting a government more acceptable. What did Abraham Lincoln say? Abraham Lincoln said that no man is good enough to govern another man without that other's consent. Be sure you put your feet in the right place and then stand firm. You cannot escape the responsibility of tomorrow by evading it today. And giving freedom to the slave, we assure freedom to the free. My friends, during my adversity, I cherish the most. U.S. Grant, Abraham Lincoln. Are you all paying attention? Abraham Lincoln is on, the penny and the $5 bill. U.S. Grant is on the $50 bill. Do you have any idea what these guys said? Do you know how they became great men? U.S. Grant, again, the art of war is simple enough. Find your enemy, get at him as soon as you can, strike him as hard as you can, and keep moving on. Find your enemy, get at him as soon as you can, strike him as hard as you can, and then keep moving on. I know of no method to secure the repeal of bad or obnoxious laws so effectively as their stringent execution. You know how to get rid of bad laws? Make sure you stringently and severely and strictly enforce them. That'll get rid of bad laws. The only sure way to control big money given by corporations for political purpose would be for Congress altogether to prohibit corporations from campaign contributions. This is U.S. Grant. Only allow small individual donations. You know what's worse than the revolution? You know what is worse than the revolution? The thing that started the revolution. What started the Haitian Revolution? Well, it was unbearable oppression, massacre. The French kept on massacring the Haitians. What started the French Revolution? Well, you had the goddamn royalists and the oppression. What started the American Revolution? Again, the oppression from the royalists. When dictatorship becomes fact, then revolution becomes duty. The revolution is a right. It's our birthright. Every American, we were born in revolution. The revolution is the self-defense principle of a nation. Do you believe as an individual you have a right to defend yourself? Then as a nation, we have a right to defend ourselves as well. When the dictatorship becomes a fact, then the revolution becomes a duty. And the revolution is impossible until it's inevitable. The revolution is impossible until they're inevitable. If men make war in slavish obedience to the rules, then they will fail. America has had hundreds, if not thousands, of revolutions. Think about the peaceful revolutions of elections. So America's had, 47 revolutions? And then you got the states, and then you got mayors and counties. And how many elections has the states of America had? How many elections? Too many to count. So we've had hundreds, if not thousands, of peaceful revolutions. And because we've had hundreds, if not thousands, of peaceful revolutions, that stopped us from having George Washington kind of revolutions. And you know what happens during a revolution? We become more of ourselves. We become more of ourselves during a revolution. Those who make peaceful revolution impossible will make violent revolution inevitable. Well, hell, that's JFK. You can kill a revolutionary, but you can't kill revolution. You can kill a freedom fighter, but you can't kill freedom. That's Fred Hampton. I have not yet begun to fight. Was that Jones? That was Jones from the American Revolution. I have not yet begun to fight. Don't fire until you see the whites of their eyes. I only regret that I have but one life to lose for my country. That's Nathan Hale. Stand your ground. Don't fire unless fired upon. Stand your ground. Don't fire unless fired upon. But if they mean to have a war, then let's begin it here. Don't interfere with anything in the Constitution. That must be maintained. This is Abraham Lincoln, for it is the only safeguard of our liberties. And this isn't just to the Democrats alone. Do I make this appeal? But to everybody who love these great and true principles. Let us turn this government back into the channel in which the framers of the Constitution originally placed it. Enforce our freedoms. Why? Because that's the law of the land. Our right to speak, our right to petition, our right to bear arms, our right to have grand jury indictments. That's the law of the land, and it's constitutional. Through it all, I've never assailed nor wrestled with any part of the Constitution. It says, Lincoln, the people are the rightful masters of both Congresses and courts. Not to overthrow the Constitution, but to overthrow the men who pervert the Constitution. Not only is Donald awful, not only is he an awful, terrible fascist, but Donald inspires the very worst out of us all. The very worst. The art of war is the simple art of being able to make one's opponent pay as heavily as possible for his mistakes. Again, U.S. Grant, leave nothing for tomorrow, which cannot be done today. In every battle, there comes a time when both sides consider themselves beaten, and the one who wins is the one who continues the attack. This country, with its institutions, belongs to the people. Belongs to the people. We, the people, shall get to the promised land. We, the people. You paying attention, Abigail? Named after Abigail Adams. What about you, Scarface? Huh? It was an Al Pacino movie. Oliver Stone. What about you, summertime? Some summertime? This country with its institutions belongs to the people who inhabit this nation. Whenever they shall grow weary of the existing government, then they can exercise their constitutional right of amending it, or exercise the revolutionary right to overthrow it. Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln. For those people who are afraid of revolution, it's impossible until it's inevitable. Where would we be if we didn't stand up against the Nazis? We wouldn't have a country. We would be goose-stepping up and down the damn streets. Where would we be if we didn't stand up to the Confederates? We wouldn't be America today. And where would we be if we didn't stand up to King George and the Redcoats? Well, hell, we wouldn't even have a damn country. We wouldn't even be America. Whither has the America gone? Whither has the spirit of America gone? Whither? Huh?